I wonder if this is sabotaging our chances of success. I've got some thoughts on this I'd like to share with you today because I think it's such an important point. Let's start with the word sabotage. It's probably apocryphal. Certainly the historians and etymologists say that this may not be the case of where the word came from. But it's often referred to as being based on the sabot, S-A-B-O-T, sabot, the French peasant's wooden shoe. And the verb saboter was to clatter with sabots, or in other words, to get their wooden shoes and throw them into the machinery of the factory owner that they were having a dispute about wages with. So that's where the word sabotage supposedly comes from, but whether or not it does or not is not really relevant to our conversation. I just thought it was interesting. But what is it that happens to sabotage our chances of success? Many years ago, I used to play golf. I was quite reasonable at golf. I used to play off 11, which wasn't too bad. And I remember a time when I was off 18. And if you don't know anything about golf, basically a normal golf course, many golf courses are par 72. There's 18 holes, and the average shots per hole to take if you're a professional playing off scratch would be 4 shots. So 4 times 18, 72. And an 18 handicap golfer would be allowed 1 shot extra per hole. So I know this happened for me, and I certainly saw it happen for other golfers who were playing, let's say, off an 18 handicap. They would go round the front 9, in other words, the first 9 holes of the 18 holes, and rather than using all 9 of the shots, remember they get 18 over the whole match, but 9 of the shots, 1 shot per hole, they'd only use 3 of them. They were 6 better than their handicap. But what happened in the second half, in what's called the back 9, the second 9, you know what often happened was that rather than keep playing at that level, so they're on round in only 6 over, 12 better than their handicap, they would use all of those extra shots in the back 9. Why do they do that? Why do we sabotage ourselves in this way? And not even thinking about golf, but thinking in life and success and business in general. What is it in the same, using that analogy, that metaphor of golf, that happens for us? Well, what happens is we set a goal. We find out the actions to achieve the goal, and we set off in our pursuit of the goal, and we do well. But then, as we get closer, sometimes what happens is we sabotage. We use all of the handicap from earlier that we didn't use, and we get it wrong. Why? I believe this is one of the many reasons that could cause this. And it's all about our old friend identity. The 18 handicap golfer is an 18 handicapper. That's his or her identity. They talk about themselves and they say, I am. They use the verb to be. I am an 18 handicapper. And they live up to that identity. Why? My old expression, people will never consistently do who they aren't. People will consistently do who they are. So although they've gone around this first 9, only dropped 3 shots, then instead of dropping 9 shots, what they have to do is live to their identity, so they start making mistakes, not knowing they're doing this on purpose, in order to live in consistency with their identity. And it's the same for us when we set it with commercial goals. Maybe we set a goal to achieve a certain amount of money in a certain period of time. And we set off full of good intentions. We've heard the expression, the road to hell is paved with good intentions, and we're doing quite well. And what that happens then is that we move out of our comfort zone. And when we do that, we feel awkward, and therefore we sabotage, we clatter with sabots, we throw the wooden shoes into the machinery of our mind and stop doing the things that created the success in the first place. So if that's one of the things, and there's many things, of course, but if that's one of the things that gets in the way and sabotages our success, what can we possibly do to get around it? Well, it's about identity. So it's making certain that before we start the journey towards the achievement of the goal, that we have aligned our identity with the person who is, has, and does whatever the goal setting says that person should be, do, and have. You've heard it before. It's not have, do, be, it's be, do, have. And this exactly links back into this, is before we start the journey, we have to make certain that we are living with and totally believe that the identity, which is matching somebody who achieves that goal, is our identity. I think when we've managed to do that, then we increase our chances of success. I think this is a subject we talk about an awful lot, but perhaps I'll leave it there for the moment and wish you every success in all your adventures in life. If you like this video, there's plenty of others of mine about, and in the meantime, I hope you really do achieve whatever your identity says you can. I look forward to seeing you on the next one. For me, Peter Thomson. Goodbye for now.